Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing on behaviors you need to say goodbye to if you want your kids to truly admire you. Parenting is hard, no doubt about it. The moment you bring a child to this world, you have got to step up. You have got to become your own version. You have got to achieve so many things because our kids are there to look at us, to emulate our behavior. Not just you and your partner anymore. You have got that little one believing in you, and at that point they will watch and absorb every action that you take. So if you want to be a great role model to your kids, you have to watch all the behaviors you portray. So today let's talk on the behaviors that can get to the way of that. Our number one is inconsistency. One of the best things someone or a child can say about his or her parents is, they are always there for me. And for you to be like that, you have to be consistent in their life. Everything concerning your kids, you have to level up. You have to show up when they need you, encourage them. There are so many others we need to be consistent on. According to child development experts, kids need consistency to be secured and safe. This is the first parenting rules. Be your child's safe space and heaven. Remember, your child needs to count on you for his guidance and comfort. Number two is negative criticism. Would you admire someone who does nothing but point out your flaws? No, I know 100% of us will not admire such people. Like you have a boss in your office that is always on your neck. Whatever you do, he will point out, oh, you did not do well, you did this, you did that. The person might have not appreciated any of the things you have done, always pointing out the ones that he felt you did wrong. So the same way is applicable to adults, is the same way is applicable to our kids too. Remember, you can't continue punishing your child for yelling at you or talking back at you when they are always seeing you yelling at your waiters. Some of us call it maid, house help, these are. No, our kids emulate whatever they see their parents do. Believe me, kids might not react to your harsh word outright, but their heart cracks every time you use a critical word on them. The language we use and the manner in which we deliver feedbacks really does a lot in our kids. Number three is lack of empathy. Yes, speaking of kindness and respect, the next habit we need to scrape out is lack of empathy. Remember, the goal of using empathy is not to weaken your child when they are struggling with the harsh word. Rather, is there to rebalance them when they are really struggling. It helps them get back to their best self as quick as possible. As adults with a lot of stressors in our life, we seem to forget that these little ones have their own problems. To us, those their problem might look minor to us, but to them they look large. Number four is ignoring boundaries. As parents, we always think that we own these kids, forgetting that they have their own boundaries. We pay less attention to their boundaries, and please, we should, because they are little women with their own preference, thoughts, and yes, boundaries. We don't like it when someone hovers over us or micromanages us. None of us wants that. The same thing goes to them, especially when they reach that teen years, when they start figuring out who they really are. So as hard as it may be, let us set boundaries. For example, if you want to enter your child's room, you have to knock. That's setting boundaries. The same way you treat them is the same way they will treat others. Not when your child go to someone's house, she'll be like, she'll open door. Once your child notices that once mommy or daddy wants to enter my room, my mom will knock before she enters. That's the same thing your child will do when she goes to someone's house. So let's start setting boundaries for our kids. Number five is not apologizing. So many parents makes mistake in this part. One thing I like my mom is she never thinks she's above apologizing. I can remember one day my mom embarrassed me in front of people. Yes, despite I know that I was wrong, but later she came back to me and was like, I'm sorry for embarrassing you, though you know what you did was wrong. And I was like, wow, so my mom can actually apologize to me for the moment she yelled at me and for the moment she was angry with me. So I really learned something from that day. From there I learned it. Once I yell at them at some moment I will call them, I'll be like, I'm sorry, don't do that again. Mommy was angry when she yelled at you. Everything is over. The kids will feel better. Believe me, parents that are humble enough to apologize to their kids earns big respect from their kids. Do you know why? Vulnerability is always powerful, no matter how old you are. Not to mention, it boosts their child's sense of self-worth. Why a parent choose not to repair or process with his or her child, the parent feels better, quite sure, but the child will feel unworthy. The child will feel, not only was I not worthy to being treated well, but I am also not worthy of an apology. Number 6 is overreacting and dealing with stress badly. Yes, as a young mom, one of my fears is how to deal with my emotions, especially when I am stressed, so that it will not affect my kids. I could no longer let loose or snap at people when I am in my bad day. Not with my kids watching me. I realize that how I handle stress is the same way they will handle stress too. If they see me always freaking out, that will be their reaction to problem all the time. So give your child the gift of emotion regulation. Model it for them by being calm and solution oriented. Show them that why it's okay for us to feel upset, the way we handle it can either escalate it or diffuse it. Our number 7 is blaming other people of our failures or our circumstances. This is one of the habits you need to throw it away. If you really want your kids to admire you, my dear, you have to trash it, say goodbye to it. Blaming external factors or people about your failures shows that you are not in charge of your life. You don't have access to your life. Kids watching you rise above your circumstances, overcome your failures, will make them believe in you. It will make them grow. They will be like, wow, my mom is amazing. Wow, my mom is great. She does things in the right way. That's how I felt watching my parents overcome one hurdles over another. We were contented with what we have back then. I know my parents, we came from an average home, we were not so rich, but the little we have, we are so contented with it. So all this should go to your kids. We didn't have an easy life, but not once did I hear my parents blame someone for our circumstances, blame someone for our situation. No, they handled it in a matured and good way. Instead, they did the best they could while staying grateful for the little we have. Lastly, parenting isn't easy at all, but if you have been able to work on these things I've listed, trust me, you have done a great job. Thank you for watching us. Don't forget to like and subscribe.